Big poppin', money in the bank coming, dropping a deposit. Having it my way, so I got these bitches watching. Steady getting to it, couldn't fit it in my pocket. Flexing everything, baby, tell me big poppin'. Money in the bank coming, dropping a deposit. Having it my way, so I got these bitches watching. Steady getting to it, couldn't fit it in my pocket. Flexing everything, baby, tell me what the tap is.
What's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to the bar. It's your favorite guys and Doc Tender, that girl Henny, and I'm also becoming your favorite independent investigative journalist, urban investigative journalist. Let me say that. I know that I said I was going to start at 8:15, but I am starting a little earlier than what I planned to because y'all know me. When I find out something, I can't hold water. I mean, sometimes I do, but anyway. Tonight, we are getting into the news that Ben Crump dropped of Karmelo Anthony having a legal team. Now, a lot of people have a lot of things to say, okay? A lot of people have a lot of things to say. And so I will be dropping the link for people to come up and voice their opinions. But do know this, that if you come up on my panel and you decide that you want to try to be disrespectful, then you will be dropped down like a bad habit. The trolls will be trolling tonight. We already know that because they are already upset about this. Okay. People are already posting. People are already talking from both sides. And be prepared because ignorance may spill in the door. But we're going to ignore them and we're going to give you the story. Can everybody hear me good? Am I coming in clear? Is there any feedback? Am I low? Am I too loud? Let me know in the comments before I get into all of this. Thank goodness. Okay. Lush, that's good. Thank goodness. Let me get y'all comments up here on the screen so that we can see, everybody can see the comments. All right. Looking good, looking good, looking good. We sounding good? You good, sis? All right. Thank you, Glenn Lewis. All right. So, boom. Now, as we know, Karmelo Anthony's trial did not go good. We know that he already had that shoddy, shitty, wannabe activist. No shade, because I don't know the young man, but I know what I've heard out in these internet streets, and it ain't been good. Activist that was out there that was helping Karmelo's family. And, the family, from what Calvin Johnson had explained to us the other night, they had 3 attorneys prior to settling with the 2 that they did go with. And the only reason why they went with the attorneys that they went with is because underneath the advisement of Dominique Alexander, it looked better for them to have white attorneys. Now, I'm not against having white attorneys because color shouldn't determine the quality of work, right? But when you're going into a county inside of a state that has the history that Collin County has, oh, happy 25-month anniversary to Pretty Ginger. Hey to you. She said, hey to the chat. Yes, I started early, Nikki. I apologize. So when you're going into that, you have to be, first of all, experienced in what you're dealing with. Second of all, you cannot take anything for granted, okay? So, with that being said, Ben Crump, okay, I had heard rumblings that Ben Crump was on the job. All right, we already know Dr. Candace Matthews is on the job. I love her. She's like my spirit animal. But anyway, not calling her an animal, but I'm just saying, if you understand spirit, whatever, y'all know what I mean. Anyway, I love me some Dr. Candace Matthews. She is on the case as well. And she said on day 1 when she touched down in Collin County, that she had the resources and that this baby was going to get what he needed. Well, Ben Crump announced today that Karmelo has a new legal team, you guys. And yes, it is, thank God, hallelujah. I know a lot of people are saying, why didn't he have this from the beginning? So let me just go ahead and let me say this. You can't have from the beginning something that is not readily available to you. Okay, when you go for an activist, you need somebody that has ties, history, and connections. And it looks like Dominique don't have any of that. And yes, I used improper English. Anywho, so Mr. Crump, attorney Ben Crump, Esquire, says, breaking, a team of leading appellate civil rights and criminal defense attorneys announced today that it has taken on taken the case of Karmelo Anthony, who was recently sentenced to 35 years following the murder conviction in the death of Austin Metcalf. The team serving pro bono. You see there? Now, what I am going to say is I don't understand why nobody jumped out the window and offered pro bono services from the get-go, but this team is going pro bono, okay? Does everybody understand what pro bono means? And I'm not trying to be funny, but everybody doesn't always know what certain things mean. Or they may have a diluted perception of what pro bono means. Okay, so for those who may not know what a pro bono lawyer is, a pro bono lawyer, is an attorney who voluntarily provides legal services for free or at a significantly reduced rate to individuals who cannot afford legal representation. Okay? So that's for those who don't know what it means, because I have to remember, I have people that come on my channel that are teenagers all the way up to 65 plus. Those are my analytics. So I needed to say that. So they are basically volunteering their services to get this baby some help. All right. Now, leading the efforts are Russell Wilson, the law offices of Russell Wilson II, Gary Bledsoe, the NAACP, Texas NAACP. We're going to get into all of these people who are here. It says our appellate team has been retained following the conviction to conduct a fresh, independent review of the trial record. We recognize the profound loss suffered by one young man's family and the uncertainty facing another. And we extend our respect to everyone whose lives have been forever changed by these events. Now, let me just say this right here. I think that's something that everyone is getting misconstrued or they're forgetting about. And that's why I've said it several times. One family has lost their son forever, and another family's life has been changed forever. And when you have a child that goes into the prison system, it can oftentimes feel like that child has passed on. There's a grief and a bereavement. And I've gone through that before. We'll talk about that a little later on again in this live. So I respect and I love that Attorney Crump has acknowledge that both sides have suffered a loss. Okay. And that's something that I think we all need to do. All right. Anyway, he goes on to say our responsibility is to determine whether a legal error occurred and to ensure that every issue supported by the record is fully and vigorously presented on appeal. The appellate process exists for precisely this purpose. So now let's get into it. All right. Let's see what Attorney Ben Crump has said. All right. This is for immediate release. And I think this is the same thing. Yeah, this is the same thing that he just put in the caption. All right. But he gives a little more of a breakdown. All right, on who these attorneys are. So Russell Wilson II is a Dallas trial and appellate attorney who has been board certified in criminal law since 2003 and licensed in Texas since 1995. In 2011, he was selected to direct the Dallas County District Attorney's Conviction Integrity Unit, described at its founding as the first of its kind in the nation, and has argued state and federal cases at both the trial and appellate levels over a career spanning 3 decades. He leads the law office of Russell Wilson II. Now, here's what I've also found out about Russell Wilson II. Okay. Russell Wilson II is on this case because not only has he done all that Mr. Crump has said, but first of all, he's from Texas, okay? Attorney Russell Wilson II is from Dallas. He is a former Dallas County Assistant District Attorney. So he's a former prosecutor, yes. But he has a history of criminal defense as well in Dallas. He's often called on to do local criminal analogies of criminal cases and courtroom strategies. He's good at murder defense. Being that he has the experience of being a former prosecutor, that means that he knows how the states build their cases. He knows about the jury strategies that they use, the cross-examination. He can go in and he can pick up on the weaknesses in investigations, and he's good at pleas and trial strategy as well. I want y'all to really pay attention to what these attorneys do. Next up, you have Gregory L. Bledsoe. I don't know if I said that right. You'll see what they look like in a minute if you haven't already. And he's served as the president of the Texas NAACP since 1991. And as a member of the NAACP National Board of Directors since 2023. An Austin-based attorney, he is admitted to practice before the U.S. Supreme Court and the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. Served as an acting dean to the Thurgood Marshall School of Law at Texas Southern University, and earned his JD from the University of Texas School of Law, where he is a prominent class officer. His earlier litigation and advocacy helped dismantle barriers that had kept minorities and women out of the Texas Rangers and to provide video and body cameras for the Austin police. His awards include the Johnny Cochran Trailblazer Award of the Minority Caucus, of the Civil Rights Section, of the AAJ, and Lifetime Achievement Award from the National Bar of Associations. Pause. Just from that right now, what I read of Gregory, what do you think that his area of expertise is? I'm going to let y'all give me some answers down in the chat. Chat, what do you think Gary's area of expertise is as an attorney based off of what I read? Bingo. He's a civil rights attorney, baby. So far, they've got a former prosecutor. They have a civil rights attorney. And we only at 2, okay? Then you've got, okay, wait a minute, hold on 1 second. Is there anything else? Okay, yeah, by the way, Gary, in his background, he deals with criminal defense attorney. He's a criminal defense attorney, and he's heavily known for dealing with wrongful convictions. Okay? Oh, no, that's Michael Ware. That's Michael Ware. I'm sorry. That's the next person. My bad. I jumped ahead of myself in my notes, y'all. But I'm like, listen, let's get into Michael. So now Michael is a board certified in criminal law since 1990 with 4 decades of trial and appellate experience in state and federal courts. He founded the first conviction integrity unit in the United States while serving in the Dallas County District Attorney's Office from 2007 to 2011. He is a 2-time Percy Foreman Criminal Defense Attorney of the Year in 2014 and 2020. He is a Champion of Justice Award recipient from the National Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers in 2022, and he was introduced into the Texas Criminal Defense Lawyers Hall of Fame in 2025. Hall of Fame. Now, Michael Ware is the one whose strengths are in evidence review, constitutional issues, police and prosecutor mistakes, and preserving appeal issues. He's dealt with huge public attention. He argues about fairness and self-defense. Okay? He's heavily known for dealing with cases that have had wrongful convictions. Now, this Dallas County Conviction Integrity Unit, they review cases where people may have been wrongfully convicted. We only on attorney number 3. Okay? Let me jump back to Gary for a second, which is the civil rights attorney. Let me just jump back to him for a second, okay? Let me say this. That man has been the president of the Texas NAACP for decades, okay? Okay? And he deals with race discussions, media pressure, civil rights concerns, and claims about fairness. We are only on attorney number 3. Sweet Key said, how many does he have? Baby. He's got 6 attorneys that are taking this case on pro bono. Okay? Let's get to the lady of the team. Brooke Klaus serves as a litigations attorney and the chief of staff to Ben Crump. He got one of Ben Crump attorneys on his team, y'all. Okay? A skilled civil rights attorney and former public defender of Houston, Texas, she advocates for the disenfranchised and fights to safeguard her clients' equal protections under the law. Ms. Klaus also provides legal commentary on employment discrimination and workplace equity, and has won successful verdicts in several high-profile civil rights cases. That's 2 civil rights attorneys. Where we at? We at attorney number 5 now. Okay. Sean Derrida, I think I said that right. If I said his name wrong, forgive me. Now, he is a nationally recognized criminal defense, a trial attorney with over 100 jury trials under his belt. His practice focuses primarily on murder and capital murder. He secured a full acquittal for his client, charged in the capital murder of former University of Oklahoma and NFL player Devontae Lampkin. Okay. He further made history as lead defense counsel in the first Trinde Agrada capital murder prosecution ever tried before a jury in the United States, a nationally covered case that ended in a hung jury. Derrida also serves as a legal analyst for NBC, providing commentary on high-profile cases. What say you? Okay? Now, Sean, because I don't want to keep slaughtering his name, what we just read means that he's a heavy hitter when it comes down to dealing with serious felony cases that are high profile, and this man goes in there to win. Okay? He goes in there to win. His strengths are jury trial and violent felony defenses, as well as courtroom litigation. All right? Baby, let's get to the last one. Justin Moore is a trial lawyer focused on criminal defense, post-conviction advocacy, and complex litigation. His work includes state and felony clemency matters, advocacy related to the pardon of Marcus Garvey and Larry Hoover's clemency, and involvement in the effort to overturn Crystal Mason's voter fraud conviction. He has represented clients in high-profile criminal and civil matters, including securing the acquittal of a teenager charged with a falsely accused of capital murder. You want to meet the attorneys? Drop your butterflies and Henny glasses in the chat if y'all want to meet the attorneys. I don't think y'all still get. Is this thing on? Y'all still here? Y'all hear me? He went from having 2 lawyers that failed him in the eyes and in the court of public opinion. In the eyes of the public, those lawyers did him a disservice. We feel like he didn't get a fair shake at his trial. He went from that to this. These lawyers are no joke. So let's meet the attorneys. Here you have the lead counsel, Russell Wilson II. Okay? Here you have the third chair, Gary Bledsoe. Okay? Civil rights. Here you have second chair, Michael Ware. Okay? Here you have Brooke Klaus. Here you have Sean Dorada. And this is Justin A. Moore. This is Karmelo's new legal representation. Okay? Okay? I done gave you their resume. I done gave you their resume. This baby got a whole new team. And all these lawyers are finna take this on pro bono. Okay? Now, of course, you know, people have a lot to say. One of those people happens to be Sarah Fields. Now, she says, as always, she believes the public deserves to know who's representing the parties involved in high-profile cases, right? So she goes and she gives her breakdowns, you know, that Gregory is a Greg, served the NAACP and he's involved in civil rights litigations. However, she says, in 2026, a federal judge ordered Bledsoe to show cause regarding what the court described as a hallucinated case citation and alleged mischaracterizations contained in legal filings. The judge raised concerns about possible misuse of artificial intelligence in the filing and considered sanctions. Public reports later indicated that Bledsoe apologized and avoided sanction. Now, of course, you know, she's got to come and do what people of her kind do, which is slang mud on people. Then she goes to Russell Wilson and says, is a veteran appellate attorney at this time of this post. I have found no public disciplinary history associated with him through publicly available records. So what Sarah Fields is doing to feed those people over there is she's going and she's trying to dig up dirt on these attorneys. That's what she's trying to do. Okay? Because, you know, they can't just let him go get a fair shake. Then she gets to Brooke Klaus and she brings up, you know, that she works for Ben Crump. Prior to that, she served as a public defender in Harris County, Texas. She says Ben Crump represented the family of George Floyd, Trayvon Martin, Breonna Taylor, and Mike Brown, and did. She goes on to say the announcement signals that Anthony's legal team intends to frame the appeal through both appellate and civil right lenses. Note, an appeal is not a new trial. The appellate court will review the record for legal errors that may have occurred during the proceedings. The jury's verdict remains in place unless and until a higher court determines otherwise. As always, I will be reviewing the filings, court records, and arguments myself rather than relying on press release from either side. Thank you. Girl, you so mad. They so mad. I'm not even going to bother to go into the comments. I'm not even going to go into the comments. All right. What I'm going to say is, we the people, very shortly, soon and very soon, we will no longer have to debate, fight, argue about anything. And I'm willing to guarantee you, yes, Miss Lisa, yes, that was down there at that courthouse stirring up all kinds of trouble and making up stuff on people. Yes. Mm-hmm. I can guarantee you, with this team, everything should be coming to the light very, very soon. Okay? Because I'm willing to bet my bottom dollar on it. Ben Crump's team, if they don't give us these transcripts, we going to get these transcripts one way or another. We going to get them. I'm going to drop this link for y'all. I hope that some of y'all would click this link and come on up here and join the conversation. I want to know how y'all feel about this. Okay? I want to know how y'all feel about this. Me personally, I applaud these lawyers for stepping forward and forming together to build a team for Karmelo, because the family has been done dirty. The family has been done dirty by who they thought they could trust. Okay. I also would like to note that attorney Ben Crump is also on the Cohen Wiley case. All right. They had a press conference this morning where the mother spoke out. And, you know, Ben Crump is putting a smackdown on a lot of things. All right. Earlier today, Dr. Candace Matthews, she was addressing some issues outside of the courthouse. And she said that she's handling Karmelo Anthony's case as well. So he's got Ben Crump and Dr. Candace Matthews on the case. And I feel like he's in good hands. I don't know how y'all feel, but that's how I feel. Well, let's see what some of y'all are saying down here in the comments. Okay, you're praying for the client and the attorneys. Yes, let's keep them uplifted in prayer. Put your picture up there with them, Henny Esquire. I am not an attorney. Look like a dream team, okay? Justice for this young man. They better not try to drag it either. Get that judge before he retires. Now, let me say this. The judge was already retiring, you guys, but I know that there's narratives out there, and I'm not even going to address them, but that judge was already retiring, all right? I feel like college students wouldn't have done better than this lawyer. They didn't even try, and they truly stayed in their career. Well, they might have stayed in their career in our eyes, but they didn't stay in their career out there with them people who they hobnobbing and rubbing shoulders with, okay? I'll tell Sarah to shut the hell up. Yeah, we tired of you, girl. All the dirt that's happening in the U.S. Okay, starting with the DA. Facts, free Karmelo, absolutely. Big mad, salty, yes, they are. If I would have went into them comments, child, y'all would have been mad, because you already know that's where them people with that mentality, that's where they rest at. So I'm not even trying to go there, all right? That's what they'll do when they're scared. They act like kids and try to throw dirt. Yeah, because what are you digging up dirt for? Did anybody go dig up dirt on Mike Howard or Toby, whatever his name was, the other attorney? Did anybody go dig up dirt on them? No, we did not. Oh, you know why she mad? She mad because we dug up dirt on Jeff Metcalf. That's why she mad. Everyone who lied on this young man is going to get what they deserve. Abso-freaking-lutely. We the people of the United Henny States of America. Brick City. Like the OJ case, Dream Team. Mm-hmm. Child, they are the backbone of racism. Over there, yes, absolutely. That's where they stay. W Karmelo new team. Absolutely. Pin the link, Henny. Y'all want me to pin the link? Hold on one second. Let me go ahead and I'll pin the link for y'all. Give me a second. I'm going to drop it again. And then I'm going to come on over here. But again, let me pause that. Let me pin it. Hold on. Replace the pin message. Okay. Y'all see it? Now, just know. Oh, Keisha, I'm beginning to think that you're just an admirer. You love me so much. You're so obsessed. Like, why are you so obsessed with me? We, the people, approve this dream team. Glory be to God. Amen. I pray his family gets out that county because Austin daddy, the type to go crazy. Absolutely. I mean, if they listen, my advice to that family is if y'all win this, if everything, yes, baby. That's what I did yesterday. Let him have it.
No.
Well, if this goes the way that I think it's gonna go, because honestly, to me, this sounds like this is more than an appeal that they're going for. The way that this team is set up, the things that these lawyers are capable of doing, the things that these lawyers have a history of dealing with, civil rights, criminal attorneys, high profile, digging into files, finding evidence, finding errors, it sounds to me like they're going to go and try to get him a new trial, which I feel like should happen. It should happen. Now, here's the thing about a new trial. Them people who got up on that stand and perjured themselves, they better remember what they said. They better remember what they said when they was up there on that stand the first time. Because if they deviate from their statements in any way, shape, form, or fashion, even just a smidge, if this goes to a new trial, they better have their shit on lock. That's all I'm going to say. And I hope that they ask for a change of venue. Hey, Michelle. Hello? Michelle, you there?
Yes.
Hey, how are you? Welcome to the stage.
Oh, thank you.
So what say you on this? Hello?
Hello. Hi.
Hi, what say you on this?
I can't hear you. I'm trying to understand.
So what do you have to say on this matter?
Oh. I just want to say, like, I really, I want to see justice because they always trying to do. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. You're good.
Oh, I want to see justice.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you feel with the history that was given to us about this team, do you feel like he may get the justice that he deserves?
Yes, he's going to get. I think we're going to get some justice.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Is there anything else you wanna say?
Okay, I just want to see justice.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Michelle. I appreciate you. Hey, Brick City.
Henny, what's up? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's going on?
Chilling, chilling. Listen, I first want to say, yeah, thanks for such great content because I wasn't able to follow it so closely, so I would have probably known this for a couple more days. So this is really something, dope to hear. But yeah, I'm liking this team. I hope he has I don't got much to say, but I hope he has a chance. And I mean, Ben Crump been handling this scandal for a long time, so shout out to him.
Right, right. I really am impressed with this team because, I mean, I was kind of, I don't know if you were feeling the same way, but I was kind of feeling like, dang, nobody wants to step up to the plate. Like,
But
nobody's going to help
but
this family out.
but you know what, Henny? We thought the truth would set him free. You know what I mean? Like, and I think he probably thought that too. But
I
now that
want
we
him
knew
to
that it
come
wasn't going
home.
to be like
He's
that,
coming home.
we need somebody. Yeah, is that
Yeah,
you? Oh, okay, yeah.
I can hear you. Yeah, so I mean, I thought this trial was gonna. I expected the trial to be the way that the trial was, but I did not expect them to go for 35 years like that. I didn't think that.
Exactly. Come on, like,
Like,
yeah,
that's
that was crazy.
impressive.
Yeah,
Well, thank you
but
so much, Brick City. I appreciate you. You be everywhere I'm at. There you are, and I appreciate that.
listen, we gotta hold each other down for real.
Facts,
I try
facts.
to support mine. So
I appreciate that. Well, thank you, and thank you, Michelle, for coming up. I appreciate y'all.
Oh, we appreciate you too.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Is there anybody else that wants to come up and join the panel? You see, I don't bite. M. King says, "Oh yeah, he's coming home." Ortiz says, I feel more lawyers are going to join the team. You think more lawyers are going to join the team? I don't think he needs any more lawyers. I think too many lawyers, it's going to be too much. He already has a team of lawyers that are expertise in different areas. Some of them can team up with one another. I have to say, this kind of reminds me like when Diddy went to trial, okay? And y'all know I covered the Diddy case. And when Diddy went to trial, Diddy had all of these attorneys, a team of attorneys, right? And each one of them was good at their own thing, right? They all had their own thing that they did. Y'all are free to hit the link and come on up and share your thoughts, voice what you feel, what you think, how you feeling about this team, all of that. But when he had his team of lawyers, watching them operate in the court and the way that they were able to cross-examine and do all of that, this person, you could almost tell which attorney was going to go with what witness at the time after being there for so long. So that's kind of what this team is giving us. I think this is a powerhouse team. And because of the importance of this case, I don't believe that these attorneys are going to drop the ball when it comes down to this case. I'm very glad to hear that Ben Crump is on the case. I'm very glad to hear that Dr. Candace Matthews is on the case. So, as this thing starts to kick back up and rev back up, we're going to be talking more about them. So just stay tuned because, like I said, Ben Crump is also handling the Cohen-Wiley case. If you don't know what case that is, that's the case of the 1-year-old who was shot at the Walmart in Centobia, Mississippi, I believe is how you say that. And he was shot and killed by an officer. And so Ben Crump is on the case for Cohen. Shout out to Active Chucks in the chat. So he's going to be on that case. So I'm more than likely going to be talking more about Ben Crump. And I love Dr. Candace Matthews. So I think we're going to be talking about her too, which, by the way, you know what? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Because now that we done talked about Melo, we can talk about this too. We might as well, right? So earlier today, as I'm perusing, before I do that, let me do this. Let me see. Okay, hold on. Let me bring this back up because I spoke about Wiley. So let's.
I'm the mother of baby Cohen. I watched my baby take his first breath, and I watched my baby take his last breath. I'm still in disbelief about the traumatizing event that occurred that took my one and only child, baby Cohen. I ask that you keep my family in your prayers, and justice for baby Cohen.
Justice for baby Cohen. Justice for baby Cohen. Justice for baby Cohen.
All right, so that's attorney Ben Crump. As I said, he held a press conference today. He held a press conference today, and I don't know, did I get that post up? The mayor spoke out, and the mayor gave like this brief little 1-2-1-2 video. I don't think I posted it yet, but I will as soon as I get off the live. But he also, Ben Crump announced at the press conference that Centobia, that's how you say it, that they are going to be doing their own independent autopsy. So they are not relying on the autopsy from the city. And no, which I don't understand why you would ever trust the people who are responsible for the demise of your family member to handle such information.
Transparency and accountability from the Senatobia Police Department and from the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation. But more specifically, during that news conference, Crump announced that an independent autopsy had already been completed, and he said that the family is hoping to have those results available before Cohen-Wiley's funeral, which is scheduled for Saturday. Now, Crump also criticized the language in law enforcement report that he said described Cohen as a juvenile fleeing with 2 adults. He argued that the characterization is inappropriate just given the fact that Cohen was just 1 year old. Now, Crump also pointed to what he said was evidence showing a bullet that traveled through the side of a window of a vehicle. He claimed that that fact supports the family's position that the vehicle was not being driven towards the officer when the shots were fired. Now, the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation had previously stated that an officer had fired at the vehicle that he was driving in the officer's direction. Now, despite that, the family and its attorneys continue to dispute that account.
A lot of the civil rights organizations understand that they are going to try to make it seem as that
Asking for more specifically, they're asking for transparency.
Okay, so I'm not gonna do that. All right, so you heard for yourselves, Attorney Ben Crump is on the case. All right, funeral is coming. Independent autopsy results will be coming. So we're going to be finding out more that's going on with Baby Cohen's case. My heart is with the young lady and her family because nobody should ever have to bury their child, especially not your child when it's so young. Imagine holding your 1-year-old and then he's gone. I could never imagine. I can never imagine losing one of my children, especially so young. Okay. Now, let me tell you something about this woman right here that I'm about to put up here for y'all to see. If y'all do not know who Dr. Candace Matthews is, I don't know where you've been. Okay. Dr. Candace Matthews was outside today. I guess it's only on her YouTube channel. I will see if I can pull that up because it's in my history. Hold on, give me 1 second. But she's out here handling all types of things. And Dr. Candace Matthews does not play when it comes down to these judges, when it comes down to any type of injustices. If she's on the case, oh, baby, whoever it is in trouble. All right. So let's look at what she's been handling in Harris County. And again, we gonna be covering her, and we're gonna be covering Ben Crump as well as we proceed with these cases. Okay. Now, in this video, Dr. Candace is letting a judge have it for the wrongful ways that she handled some restraining orders and issues with a case that involved her. And so you gonna get a taste. If you don't know her, you gonna get a taste of how she get down and give it up. All right? All right.
Dr. Candace Matthews, national renowned human civil rights activist, advocate, and author. I am here today once again, Harris County Court, the 280th, with Judge Curvey. I'm here once again to alert the public that I will be filing 2 judicial complaints on her once again. So
once again, because she's already had issues with this judge. Yes, she's about to put belt to ass on this. Do you hear me?
let me go into my bag of evidence.
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to point out the bag of evidence. I don't never want to be in that bag of evidence. Ever.
What we have is one, Judge Curvey, with one of the protective order cases, she continued to act while recusal review was pending. So that's one that she did. The second one, coaching and assisting a pro se litigant. And I have the court transcripts to show that.
So basically, the judge was coaching a person who was representing themselves on how to handle their case against Dr. Candace Matthews. Big mistake. Big mistake.
Also, with this same exact case, we end up going to Judge Susan Brown. So Judge Susan Brown can drop the hammer, and in order for her to recuse her, and here is that document right here. So she's been accused from that protective order case. Okay. Then she signed another protective order that are affiliates with the same person with this case. And I'm not going to get into the details, but she signed it, and this person filed a protective order because we end up going to do a protest in front of their house back in February of 2026. And then we had law enforcement from St. City that was there as well. So this one, she signed a protective order that this person filed 4 months later.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you're supposed to file a protective order within 10 days of an incident. And Dr. Candace Matthews was outside somebody's home protesting on the public sidewalk with the local police there because the person is a racist. This is who is now representing Karmelo Anthony.
Okay, so since Susan Brown dropped that hammer, because this was going to be a coordinated attack. See, when you are a strong activist and a strong voice for the community, bottom feeders would try to do anything they can to deter you. Because let's be clear, I'm on that Karmelo Anthony case. Y'all already know I exposed the judge. Y'all already know I exposed the DA.
Y'all remember she exposed that the DA got him a sexual lawsuit, a federal sexual lawsuit. Yeah. Do y'all remember? Oh, hold on. If y'all don't remember, hold on, because I got it. Oh, I got it. Okay. In case you don't remember or you didn't see it or you just need a refresher, let me pull that up. Let me roll that beautiful bean footage. Texas done effed around and now they about to find out because Dr. Candace Matthews. Hold on.
See, I ain't come out here to play. Bring it on. I came out here since you over here want to call this boy a murderer. Then we're gonna take the covers off you. Ain't nowhere in hell that you need to be a damn DA with this foolishness. Did you know? Hold this, please. I got you. That there is a 75-page federal lawsuit for sexual harassment of the DA that was saying that Karmelo Anthony is a murderer, where you need to be a registered sex offender sucker. Let me read. The pot calling the kettle black cow, but you the whole DA out here. Oh, so you thought y'all was the only one that could go in PACES. And let me explain to you what PACES is. PACES is the database for federal lawsuits. See, we have a research team, baby, that's colder than the media. So let me go ahead and read a little bit of it, show you how disgusting this joke is. It's serious. After Jane Doe 1 refused defendant Willis, ain't that his name, Greg Willis? Oh, okay. Advances at the Galveston TDCAA conference, he treated her quite differently in the workplace. He began demeaning and berating her. In one closed-door meeting, he told her, "You think like a child, and I would treat you like a child." Defendant Willis likely appreciated the gender slurring that is implicit in a male supervisor telling a female employee that she thinks like a child. Oh, wait a minute, it gets better. Hold on. More than once, she tried to break free, but he held her tighter. These physical encounters were unwanted and sexual in nature. Jane Doe 1 eventually put in for a position in the Victim Assistance Division and got it in December 2020. This role put her under the supervision of Chief Prickle. However, the unwanted touches and full frontal hugs with moaning continued. The most recent of the sexualized hugs back in April 2022. We got a damn freak for the DA, but you want to talk about Karmelo Anthony? No, we're gonna talk about you.
No, we're gonna talk about you. So yeah, and to further show you how much she don't play. Somebody tried to play with her earlier today. Somebody that she had already exposed decided that they was going to try to run down on her. Now, based on everything that we just heard and a little bit that we just seen, how many of y'all think that that was a bad idea? I think that was a horrible idea for this young lady to do. But let's roll the beautiful bean footage, shall we?
Is that we're
Ma'am,
related?
you
Is that
touch
we're
me?
related?
You touch me?
You know about that? We're related, actually. So guess what?
Who related?
Louise, your aunt-in-law, Louise, Pac-Man's aunt. Yeah, that's my cousin too. And so
How you getting to Louise?
we know about. We know.
How you?
First of all, she run up on her talking about we kin, we related, and start naming family members. And Dr. Matthews, Dr. Candace is sitting there saying, how you know her? How you related to her?
Get to Louise.
What I'm saying is that that's my family.
How you
And what
get?
But I want you to look at this real quick before we proceed. I want to show y'all something. I want to show y'all something real quick. Real quick. Real quick. Ain't this her? Ain't this her? Yeah, see, Dr. Candace Matthews already dropped the hammer on her a while ago. Now, I don't remember what it was that she did, but you know she did something if she's being exposed by Dr. Candace. But now let's get back to rolling the beautiful bean footage of this young lady thinking that it was a smart idea to run up on Dr. Candace.
I'm saying is that they
How
know
are
what
you
they're doing.
doing?
Bitch,
Who?
get my name
You
and
talk
talk
about my
mouth.
aunt? Who are
You
you?
get your ass whooped.
Who are you?
That's what you
Who are
You
you?
know who I am,
No, I don't.
You know who I am.
Who are you?
Fuck that.
Who
straight
are
as
you?
hell, bitch. Your
You
motherfucking
ain't
ass
finna do a
in this bitch.
goddamn thing.
Straight and see.
You ain't finna do
Straight and
shit.
see.
Shut
I'll
up.
beat your ass in the store.
You ain't
Weak ass
finna do
bitch.
nothing to me.
Yeah,
You not
we
finna do
do that
nothing to
now.
me.
We get
You see she backing up though, right?
You not finna do nothing to me. You not finna do nothing to me. You're not finna do nothing to me. You're not finna do nothing to me. You're not finna do nothing to me.
I know what you say I do, bitch.
Come to my house.
I know I will.
You're not finna do nothing to
I know you
me.
say too, that weak ass bitch. You a scammer. You skip everybody.
Okay.
Her shit got.
Do y'all see how far back she jumped though? She knew to get that ass back, girl. Get that ass back.
Okay.
Exposed her child agency. You know my
Okay.
mama too.
Who is your mama?
You know her too. You
Who is your mama?
Agency, and she didn't want to
Who
do it
is your
because her ass
mama?
weak.
Who
Weak
is your
ass
mama?
bitch. Bad
Who
ass
is your
bitch.
mama? Who your mama? Who your mama?
Fuck you, weak ass
Who your
bitch.
mama?
Now, how you running up on somebody and you got a broke foot? Look at this foot boot right here. She got a boot on her foot. Talking about she gonna fuck somebody up. And causing all of this ruckus and commotion and saying that she's kin to Dr. Candace, but can't even break down the family branch that she comes from. Girl, if you don't go somewhere, I would have stomped on that damn... Listen. You mace and you stomp. And you know Dr. Candace wear them cowboy boots. I'd have dug that heel all in that broke foot. You'd have had to go back to the podiatrist, ma'am.
Hey, let me tell you something. Keep my name out your mouth.
Hey, you better keep my name out your mouth. Keep my name out your mouth. Keep my name out your mouth, ma'am. Keep my name out your mouth.
You're a criminal now, ho.
No, I'm not.
You're a criminal now, bitch.
No.
You steal people's
No.
IDs from downtown.
No, never
She
done
steals
that.
people's IDs from downtown.
Never done that.
She's Russell Rosemary.
Never
She
done
steals
that.
your IDs downtown.
Never done that.
That bitch.
Never done that.
No
No.
activism. Don't do shit for
No.
nobody. Camilla.
No.
My purpose, nobody.
No.
Bitch, I'll beat your ass.
You not
And
finna
know
do nothing
that.
to me.
Fuck that. Spread
You
the
not
seed.
finna do nothing to
I'll wear
me.
your ass on this
You
bitch.
not finna.
I'll wear your ass out in this bitch, but you backing up while you saying it. You ain't stepping forward. You doing a lot of lip service, ma'am. You doing a lot of lip service for somebody who's supposed to be so mad, so heated, so big, so bad, so bold. Ma'am, you knew better. You knew better. You knew if you ran up, you was going to get done up.
Do nothing to me. You not finna do nothing to me. You not finna do nothing. You not finna do nothing to me.
I know.
You're not. I like the threat.
She said, you ain't going to do nothing to me. Homegirl going to say, I know. Yeah, you not. You didn't. You won't.
I like that threat.
Hey, listen.
I like that thread.
Okay.
Thank you.
You've been threatening me too.
Thank you. I like the thread. I like that thread. That's nice. I like that thread. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
She want to have spiritual war. She said, with that weak ass voodoo you do, I do E5 too. Girl, I don't know who's protecting Dr. Candace. I don't know. I'm not getting in that part, but what I will say is don't fuck around and find out. Don't fuck around and find out.
Shit hit harder though.
Thank you. You done?
Are you done?
Are you done?
She talking about my shit hit harder though.
Are you?
Are you?
So
You done? Are you done? Are you done?
Yeah.
You done? Are you done? Are you done? Because you're going to be locked up by the end of the day. You will be locked up.
You don't know who I know. That's why I pulled up.
Okay.
That's why I pulled up. You
Nice.
know who I know.
That's nice. That's
the one
nice.
I see you be talking,
That's nice.
you got the right
That's
one.
nice.
Get
And
your
you do
ass-
too. Yeah, that's nice.
I would like to also point out, you doing all of this hooping and hollering and ready to fight, and you got on a Juneteenth shirt. Lord, take the wheel and the vehicle.
Thank you for that thread. I appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
But now, if you remember, what did Dr. Candace just say? She's handling this Karmelo Anthony case, and people finna send the bottom feeders after her. But now, let's get into Dr. Candace's response to this.
So, Aisha, you did all that just to go to jail. Girl, you really thought that you did something, huh? Baby, you did. You better be glad I ain't had that pistol on me because I would have shot you in your other foot.
I got mine.
You know?
Not I would have, as she's saying, I would have shot you in your other foot. You hear somebody saying, I got mine. I can't. I love it. I love it.
You know what I'm saying? And out of all days, I ain't have a pistol day and you could roll up on me. But baby, let me tell you something. I ain't a punk at all. A lot of people know that. You know, but I was very calm because I knew you going to jail. They come and pick your ass up today. You know that, right?
It's the laugh for me. She got tickled down in her spirit saying that. It's the laugh for me.
That to be warned is already being processed right now. Okay? So, and it's going to be a protective order that I'm going to get on your ass too. See, let me tell you the perks of being an activist with influence and stuff. Okay? That to be warned is already in. Okay? You going to be picked up tonight. And guess what? I'm going to post your other mug shot, you dumb bitch. Bye.
Okay. Let's find out what a 2B warrant is in Texas. Let's find out together so we could be educated together. Okay? Because I don't know what a 2B warrant is. So a 2B warrant, it's a Class B misdemeanor warrant. It's a Class B misdemeanor warrant. So she got a warrant for her arrest, but it gets better, y'all. Hold on, there's more.
Right. They would have to face some kind of.
So it says head of security talking to her boss at EOS Fitness. Now she just lost her job. Crash dummy. See, fucking around, you find out.
Ramifications, because imagine, this person was wearing one of your jerseys or something like that, coming to work, going to harass my client. So it does not direct you effectively, but effectively, it does not directly affect you. I'm sorry, I'm upset right now. Does not directly affect you.
100% understand, sir. I
Right.
would be very upset as
Right.
well.
It doesn't directly affect you, but it indirectly affects you to know that this person works for EOS Fitness and is actually having the gall to harass public figures of this nature, especially in the broad daylight in front of the Most High and everybody else. When, simple as day, just imagine again, if she had the jersey on, she works where?
Yes, sir.
That could bring a lot of heat on you. So with that being said, I hope this matter will be dealt with in the manner which it needs to be dealt with. It's definitely going to be dealt with on a legal matter.
In other words, your employee done fucked around, and now both of y'all about to find out. So either you do something about her, or we gonna do something, and you gonna get caught in the crossfires and catch a stray. Oh, I love it. I love it.
We're handling that right now as we speak. So she's gonna be missing for a couple of weeks.
She gonna be missing for a couple of weeks because she about to be picked up and put on warrant. See, here's the thing: when you play with fire, your ass is always going to get burned. And I'm showing you this because I don't know, there's a lot of people that think that she's something to be played with, and she's really not. Okay? She's really not. This girl done been publicly put on blast for her behavior. Okay? Her previous arrest record is already out there. She done found herself in the midst of a warrant where she's going to be picked up. And now you losing your job on top of that because the hammer is coming down on you and belt is being put to your ass. So you're going to lose your freedom and your livelihood.
Yes, sir. I appreciate the phone call and letting me know kind of what's going on as well.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Is there anything I can help with on my side?
No, we might be calling again just to see if any progress has been done in regards to on your end so far as handling this matter, because we did tag you in the video, so you clearly have it.
Okay, I agree. Well, yeah, one of my other staff members, they sent it directly to her phone, so that's...
So now, here's what he's basically telling him. Either you deal with her, or we gonna deal with the both of you, and you gonna get taken down too. Another point, this is being recorded and it is on the internet. Dr. Candace Matthews has a million something followers, and she's across the internet. All right. So this is basically being televised across the World Wide Web. They've seen what she did and they're hearing this phone call. All right. And now you do something about her, or we gonna do something with you too. And we sent you the video so you can't say you didn't know. So if we have to go a step further legally, we have proof that you were in possession of what your employee did. We got proof that a phone call was made to you. So you can't wiggle your way up out of this. Not only that, you're going to have Dr. Candace Matthews on your ass, and I don't think you want that. That's the translation that I got from this. What's your translation? Did you get the same translation? Let me know.
That's where I'm going to be looking at it from.
All right. Well, thank you very much, sir. You have a great day.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
All right. All right. They will have the
termination. I hear it. I feel it coming in the air at night. Oh, Lord. So, you know who Ben Crump is. You get a taste of Dr. Candace Matthews. Let's see what this one is about. Let me put this up here. Let me see, because she said, I got the keys to the H-Town is my city. So let's see what she's talking about.
Everybody's good old buddy, Dr. Matthews. You know the streets messing with me, man. Come on, they pumping my gas and everything. You know what I'm saying? They don't play about their auntie. They don't play nothing about their auntie. That whole...
She pull up, y'all already know what happened. And then this person be coming behind me.
That's what I'm talking about. Look, that hoe thought she did something, and she got a terroristic threat charge. They done up that shit. Ah!
So wait a minute. Now it's a terroristic threat charge. Now you see what happened to Jake Lane when he was down there making them terroristic threats. They put his ass in Click Click City and gave him $1 million bond. Jeez Louise.
Weak ass hoe. Yeah, I'm out here. Look, everybody pulling up on auntie. Everybody pulling up on me. Everybody pulling up on auntie.
So yeah, definitely not somebody that you want to play with. Because now she's saying they done upped it. They done upped it to terroristic threats. Girl, when I say you messed around and found out and you done stepped in it, Well, I'm going to say this. I feel Karmelo is in great hands. I feel he's in great hands. I feel some justice is going to be served. This baby is going to have fairness. I'm looking forward to what's going to happen with the team that he has, the people that are standing beside him. He's got a strong activist in Dr. Candace. He's got a strong activist and attorney Ben Crump. His team is strong. Shadow C, you have to allow your camera and mic, but you could turn your camera off in order to come on the stage. Something's not connected on your end, darling. I see you backstage, but you've got to connect or else we're not going to hear you. You do too? Hey, Mo. You do too? Oh, girl is being taken through the... Ain't she though? Ain't she though? I really hate we have to put our own away, but some don't believe it stink. That's a fact. Damn that girl as being sick and through the... What? Uh-huh. She said there's levels to this. Right. There's no respect for the elders. And somebody said, I got mine. Yup, old school. We going for that throat, the gut, whatever to make sure it's clear. Now, see, that's how you fight. She really thought she ate. She did all that to lose her job and go to jail and be charged. She's a dummy. That's a fact. Do you think they're going to televise this? The Karmelo Anthony trial, do I think that they'll bring cameras into the courtroom? I'm not sure, but we have to get past the appeal first. And I'm willing to bet you that they're going to go through every inch of that case. And they're going to find the discrepancies, because if people have come out and they have already said that people perjured themselves, which again, we all know at least one person who was supposed to be the star witness, which was Eddie Parra, got up there on that stand and he perjured himself. So perjury, going on in the case and, the jury and other things that happened. It's looking like he may get his appeal and they're going to fight. They're going to fight for it. She's representing the company by wearing that shirt and acting a fool. Well, she didn't have the jersey on, but what he was saying was if she was wearing the jersey from your job, that's not a good look for y'all. Jury decisions can be overturned on appeal. So while you are hoping for the demise of this young man and you are probably getting off on the thought of him being away for 35 years and you feel that that's just for this situation, I hate to bust your bubble, because should this case be overturned on appeal and a mistrial be deemed and a new trial goes out, you're going to be really upset. Okay? So don't come in here and start trolling. You're entitled to your opinion, but keep it cute. And that's the thing, right? Some people don't want to see him have a fair trial. They feel like it was a fair trial. It's not a fair trial. You may feel like it beats the 99 he was facing, but when you have other cases where there was actual premeditation there, and there was actually a history of things that prove intent that was there, and a person walks away with aggravated manslaughter and they get 10 years, and they'll be home in 5 and they get to still have some remnants of a life, that's not right when somebody lost their life in that case as well. And all we're saying is there was no logical reason for the 3 Black jurors to be taken off of the jury. We are all entitled to a jury of our peers. Had this been reversed, and I've said this before, if it had been Austin sitting there at that table, and Karmelo was the one who was dead. And Austin got a jury that was majority black and brown people with not one white person on the jury. There would be an uproar for this. People would say that that was too much time. This young man has no criminal history at all. That's too much time. Some people want him to get life. What I will say is, what was intentional? Let me ask you this. When Austin put his hands on Karmelo, was that intentional? Or was that an accident? Because here's the thing. The chain of events goes like this. Austin was off. He was off the team. There's text messages that back that up, that he was off the team. The coach doubled down on that and had him come back and had him be a leader, work the tents. If the coach would have stuck to his original, we're not taking you to the district tournament and you know, you're off the team, then Austin's not there. Austin's still alive. If Austin never touched Karmelo, there is no knife, there is no stabbing, and he's still alive. Now, on the flip side of that, yes, I can say if Karmelo didn't have that knife, there is no stabbing, Austin is still alive. But what we can't say in that same sentence is, if Austin and Karmelo were under that tent and Karmelo didn't have that weapon on him, would this situation still have played out, but differently? How would it have played out? See, you can't have it to where you want to place all blame on one party. There's some mistakes that both of these kids made. Austin should have never touched him. Karmelo shouldn't have had the tool, the knife, because people were getting upset that I was saying that it's a knife. It is a 7-in-1 multi-tool that has a knife to it. You can't negate around that. It's a sad situation. And the part that really irks my soul is that people only have compassion for one or the other. When there's two young men here. But right now, all we can do is look for a fair trial and justice for Karmelo. Because that was not a fair trial. That was a railroading. Especially when it's being alleged that the Metcalf dad had some of them kids at his house a month after Austin passed. Where's the kid's phone that got taken? They gave it back to him. Eddie's phone? They gave Eddie back his phone. They said that the police officer went through Eddie's phone right there on site, and it was given back to him. Okay, so this is what Karmelo had. People want to get caught up on the terminology, right? And it says this is an actual tool, right? So there's the knife. It has a bottle opener, a screwdriver, I guess, Phillips head or flathead, whatever screwdrivers are on there. It has a textured handle, a cord cutter, a glass breaker. but it has a stainless steel knife blade. So even if we're calling it a tool, it still has a knife on it.
It was a weapon. It was a knife. It was a clean sharpener. This is what it was. This is the actual facts of what it was.
Okay, and then you see a flint rod fire starter. Okay, this is available at Walmart. A 7-in-1 multi-tool stainless steel knife screwdriver fire starter. Okay, this is it right here. This is it right here. The thing is, we don't know why he had it. Hopefully, right, it's like a Swiss Army knife, but it's just not compact. Hopefully, we get to hear Karmelo's side of things. Now, I'm also going to say this. The way people get up on this internet and they're acting about this knife, this tool that Karmelo had, don't act like as a kid you didn't carry something. Even if it was just one of them little Swiss Army knives that had the little small little blade on it. Even if it was one of those, you had no business with it. Don't act like we haven't carried things as children that we probably would have gotten in trouble for. And I'm not talking about pistols and things like that. I'm talking about lighters and knives and all types of stuff. Everybody forgets when they were a kid. They get older and they become holier than thou. They forget what it's like to be a child. They forget what it's like to get into scuffles with people. And I know that this was more than a scuffle, but I'm just saying, people act like they don't remember those times. People act like as a child, they were perfect angels, didn't get into nothing, didn't do anything that your parents didn't know about. That if they had known about, you'd have been in trouble. Or if you would have got caught doing what you was doing, you would have went to prison. You would have been arrested. Everybody has done something. The problem that I have and many others have is when it's one of us, it's always a severe consequence that comes behind it. That's the issue. That's the issue. And I can go back and forth with anybody about, well, this one shouldn't have done this. Well, this one shouldn't have done that. Well, this one did this. Well, this one did that. And if you watch my video from last night, the angle that I've looked at, the perspective that I have, it shows that more than one person was involved. Even if you want to go with the theory that you want to throw the video out that I did and stick to the original theory that back and forth was Karmelo and Austin, it wasn't, because Karmelo had on a white gray. And when I say white gray, y'all know what I mean. It's that gray that's white. And then you have that gray that's like a dark gray or a medium gray. He had on a light colored hoodie. Those two people that were going back and forth in that tussle in the back of the tent, both had on either dark blue or black. Both of them. The only time you saw the light gray hoodie is when Karmelo pops out from behind the tent. You said the issue is not carrying the knife. The issue is where he put the knife. You want me to be honest with you? The issue is the whole situation. The issue is the whole situation. If you ask somebody to leave the tent and they choose not to leave the tent, go get the coach. Send somebody to go get the coach. But that doesn't give you the right to put your hands on somebody either. So we can't skip over that part. See, everybody wants to rush to the knife, but you can't skip over that part. And I don't mind having this conversation with you because, see, I like having conversations with people because you're not being disrespectful. And I appreciate you not being disrespectful and us having a conversation. I remember leaving mine in my purse and being scared I'd get caught all day. It's Texas. Everybody got one. Did the officers check the other kids for one? They didn't. My dad had a switchblade. My mom, keeps a rubber mallet under the seat of her car. You have divine right to protect yourself. Absolutely, you do. Everybody has a right to protect themselves. Fist. Okay, I don't know what you mean. If you want to elaborate, please do. I think it's normal for us to have a switchblade. It's survival kit, especially living in Texas. There's a lot of wildlife. I heard it's very common, and there's even a law that it has to be under 5 inches long. That blade was legal. We did razor blades and scalpel. Well, I didn't have a scalpel, but I did keep a box cutter with me. I did. I kept a box cutter to protect myself. I lived in New York. I used to carry a box cutter too. Light gray essentials hoodie. Yep, that's what he had on. Don't blame the victim. Unbelievable. Who's blaming the victim? I'm speaking facts of the case. See, this is the thing too. It's not victim blaming when you're stating facts of the case. You got to stop. You've got to stop. We got in trouble for having beepers in school. Right, but we still took them. Go get an adult. Exactly. I think people just be reaching too far. I think people are too caught up in they want things to be one way. Mommy, that's not what happens here. All parts played. Yeah, all parties played their part. In the video, you can see the one boy throws something into the trash, then comes back for it. I don't know. I didn't carry that either. Ooh, Latrina. I had a friend that knew how to carry a blade in her cheek. I did too. A gym star. I carry a pair of knuckles with the. See what I'm saying? In Texas, it's a 5.5 inch rule. Thank you for the correction. It's a 5.5 inch rule. Victim, really? That's like saying somebody mugged you and you pew them, and now you saying they the victim. It's a hard situation to deal with. You hope to never have to use anything, but better to have something than nothing. I keep a knife and mace. Is it true they sealed the autopsy? I don't know. I had the files from Collin County. I downloaded some things. I just didn't download the photos and stuff like that because the video files were pretty big and they took a long time to download. But I'm not sure if the autopsy was sealed. Well, his team is going after all who lied. Exactly. That's what we're going. That's what they're going to go for. They're going to pick apart everything that's wrong or that happened that was wrong with this case. Oatmeal. Is that what they're calling it? Because it was light gray. So are they calling it oatmeal color? Is that what Essentials calls it? Listen, at the end of the day, I'm glad that he's got representation. And I'm glad that he's got more of a chance of getting an appeal. The first person, I want to catch the replay. Okay, Active Chucks. The first person they going to pick apart is Eddie Parra. Fact. But all right, y'all, that's going to do it for this video. I appreciate all of y'all for tapping in and tuning in with me. This was a great one. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. You said you think someone else did it, like the brother? Someone else did what? Do I think the brother I think the brother started it because that's what he said in his initial interview. Do y'all want me to go over the interview? I mean, everybody, I feel like people have already gone over the interview, but some people were asking me in the chat about the interview. I do have the Give, Send, Go information, which, as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and let me run that real quick while we're here so we could talk about the Give, Send, Go situation that's been going on, and then I could just cut this part up and clip it and put it out there. So after everything with the trial went down, Give, Send, Go did release a statement. I thought we was getting ready to leave, but guess we not. All right, so as you can see, this is June 9th, 2026. Give, Send, Go statement on the Karmelo Anthony verdict. All right, so a jury found Karmelo Anthony guilty in the death of Austin Metcalf. Our hearts are with the Austin family, his twin brother, and everyone grieving a loss that no verdict can undo. Give, Send, Go hosted a fundraiser connected to this case. Hosting a fundraiser has never been an endorsement of a person, their actions, their legal arguments, or their public statements. It is not a declaration of innocence, and it is not a political statement, okay? Give, Send, Go provides access to lawful help, I believe is what they said. Now, this is what I highlighted for everyone, okay? Because there's been a lot of talk about the Give, Send, Go money, all right? This fundraiser was created to support pre-trial needs, and those funds were dispersed over the past year for lawful purposes, including legal defense and family relocation. Stop. So Give, Send, Go is telling you that the money was used for the legal defense and to relocate the family. And the family was relocated 8 times. 8 times. How much do you think it costs to move 8 times in Collin County? Because that's where they live, in Collin County, an affluent area. You're paying first, last security. And the reason they had to keep moving is because they kept being doxxed and people kept showing up at the house. Not only that, because of all of the harassment that was going on, the father was being harassed at his job. Guess what happened? He lost his job. Anyway, Give, Send, Go continues on and says, with that stated purpose now complete, the fundraiser has been closed and the funds will be paid out. Now, it never says, are they going to pay it out to Karmelo's family or if it was going to go back to the people who donated. We don't know. But people are making it seem as though the family received this whopping $600,000+ at once. That's the total that they raised. But as Give, Send, Go has said in this statement, it was dispersed over the year. So that means each time they had to move, there was a disbursement. Each time the lawyer needed payment, there was a disbursement. Anytime that Dominique Alexander needed a payment, there was a disbursement. Where did all of the money go? We don't know. But Give, Send, Go is telling you that that's where this money went. Now, as far as their policies go, okay, prohibited fundraisers. Now, I highlighted a couple of things, but we'll go back after I read the highlighted portion and read the rest of it. It says, Give, Send, Go does not allow fundraisers that, and you go down to number 6, and it says, fail to provide sufficient details or transparency about fund usage. All fundraisers are subject to internal review for compliance. And Give, Send, Go reserves the right to cancel or suspend any further fundraiser for any reason. So what is this statement with the highlighted portions that I just highlighted in this right here? What does that say? That says that Give, Send, Go, they need sufficient details and transparency about how the funds are being used. And they do an internal review for compliance. And if you don't comply, if you don't give sufficient details, if you don't give transparency of how the funds are being used, they can cancel or suspend your fundraiser at any time. So what does that mean? That means that if Give, Send, Go saw that they were doing something that was inappropriate with the money, they would have shut it down. The reason why it was shut down is because the case concluded. With the case being concluded, there was no need for them to be able to keep that Give, Send, Go going. The case is done. There's nothing else for you to raise funds for. And if you want to raise funds for the next step that has to happen in the legal matter, you've got to start a new Give, Send, Go. That's it. That's all. Now, I know in the beginning, I was told that the family was stepping out and going into the courtroom drenched in Prada and Gucci and all this other stuff. I don't know. I wasn't there, because I also heard from some people that the family was not dressed and drenched in designer. But we also don't know if they had designer prior to. They live in Collin County. The father was a car salesman. We don't know what their annual income was prior to this case. We don't really know much about this family. But this is the statement from Give, Send, Go. Okay? But like I said last night, if that is the case and the family squandered this money, may the Lord have mercy on their soul. Where is the one? I want to clear this matter up while we're here too, so people can shut up about this. This is Karmelo Anthony's arrest history. Karmelo has no prior arrest before April 2nd, 2025. There is no other arrests. All of this stems from here, from April 2nd, 2025. He had no prior criminal history. Okay? And that's his whole record. All right? So for those in the back that say that he had a criminal record, he didn't have a criminal record. No criminal history. So I don't be talking just to be talking out my ass. Okay? But hopefully this cleared up any discrepancies or anything that anyone had when he's found guilty again, let it rest. That's not going to happen. I don't believe those parents splurged that money. Karmelo's persona proves it. I don't believe that either. You know, it's not about what his family smell like. They lied on Karmelo. Huh? What you mean, Brandy Coke? Let me know. Do y'all not know how much lawyers' fees are for jury trial at that? Right. Free Karmelo. Ancestors, do your work, Ashe. All right. Well, y'all, that's going to do it for this video. I want to thank y'all for tapping in and tuning in with me. You know, prayers up for Karmelo, prayers up for the families, prayers up for the attorneys. Salute and thank you for this. I'm from DFW, so this means a lot. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, thank you. You said people was like they smelled like Prada and Gucci. No, people said they were wearing Prada and Gucci. That they were smothered in Prada and Gucci. Yeah. But all right, you guys, I love y'all. Remember to always vibe high so that the bullshit don't stick. When you rest, rest well. And I will see you all in the next one. Peace, everybody.